Hello, everyone. Welcome to Keeping It Real Estate with me, Sara Delansig. I'm excited for today's topic. I usually am. I say that every time, don't I? Um, but I learned something that is pretty cool, and actually, I have a lot of history with. So I'm going to talk about how to set successful intentions for your real estate business today. And that is because there was a study done at Harvard Business, I think it's Harvard Business School. And they found that the simple act of setting an intention, um, just one intention for the day, actually increases productivity, helps with your mindset, helps you accomplish the things you need to do and keep you in a better mood. And there's a lot of other benefits to it as well. So I was kind of thinking back on this to my selling real estate coaching days. And I was like, wow, that is the first thing that we did in our team meetings every day. And it's why I also asked my team to have a certain set intention for the day. And so every day we would come in and we would have to report our call numbers, and we would have to say how many appointments or how many it was basically appointments, how many appointments we were going to set for the day. And the minimum we expected was 3. So that's what I expect from my team too. But even though it's not selling real estate coaching, but I still expect to have the best. And what's interesting is this actually set us up to be a little bit playfully competitive, I will say. Sometimes not so playfully, but mostly playfully competitive. Because when we say we're going to do something, usually the person that is of integrity actually wants to follow. I would say most people want to follow through with that and have the intention. If you have the intention to do it, you're going to follow through with it, right? So we would end up saying like, oh, I'm going to set 3 appointments. Somebody else might be like, I'm going to set 4 or whatever. And at the end of the day, if we had not met the goal that we said that we were going to set, then we would stay late until we met that goal or until they kicked us out of the building sometimes. So it actually does work. And more recently, I think I brought this up on another one too. Well, I guess it was like last year, but more recently, you can see this in the way that I was going to bring up Cat Williams and the interview he did, because he actually sets up Shannon Sharpe to allow him to speak his truth. And it's a whole thing, which I've talked about before, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Cat Williams says, oh, well, you provided a space for us to come and tell our truth. And that's why I agreed to do this interview. And then he proceeds to just drop all this knowledge that Shannon's jaw is on the floor. And that was over a year ago now. And we all know what happened from there. But and now like somebody that analyzes body language and actual language was looking at this and found that because he set that up and Shannon's agreeing with him while he's saying these things, then Shannon is now put in a position where he's not going to interrupt him, because he also said, you gave us this space. So this can translate into real estate, because there are situations where you're at a listing appointment and maybe you need the seller to understand your point of view. And so you want to make sure that you not manipulate them into anything, but you are giving them the space and that you're using the right language to set up the right conversation so that it's not a power struggle and things of that nature. So we're going to talk about intentions, how to set successful intentions. But first, on the note of that, I have a little video. Since people are still coming in, let me see if I can find this one and pull it up. This one isn't specifically about intentions, but I hit play and I need to not play. Let me share my screen, share my sound. Here we go. Okay, let me make it bigger too. That would be ideal. There we go.
All right. How many of you believe in the universal law of attraction? Okay, good. Because if you don't, you're about to. Because for 22 years, I never believed in any of that spiritual mumbo jumbo. until one day I found a law in the physical universe. It's a law in physics. You might want to write this down. It's called constructive interference. And it says that when two wavelengths of equal length meet, the size of the frequency doubles. Neither Einstein or Newton could originally explain this theory. Well, what this means is that you can get energy from conversation. You can get energy from what I'm telling you right now. You can get energy from the people around you, or they can take energy away from you. And so I started to go down this spiritual rabbit hole, and I found a research project called the Spain Scale of Emotion, S-P-A-N-E. Researchers were able to take 25,000 subjects and put them in a room, and they were able to measure the frequency leaving the human body. And they were able to isolate the frequency with such accuracy that they could tell the difference between somebody experiencing anger and passion, joy or arousal, elation or despair with that accuracy. And do you know what the most powerful frequency to leave the human body is? The frequency of authenticity. Authenticity is 4,000 times more powerful than love. Do you know when authenticity happens? Authenticity happens when your words are truthful and you believe what you're saying.
Did you understand it though?
How many of you have ever heard of the universal law of attraction?
Okay, so what he is saying there, I think is really important. Now I have something playing in the background that I can't find. Hold on a second. Let me get out of this. At least you guys can't hear that. It was just playing the next video and I'm like, what is that? Okay, so I bring up the universal law of attraction and authenticity so that it can help your intention. It may seem unrelated, but it is not unrelated. As a matter of fact, if you believe what you're saying when you're setting your intentions, then you're being authentic. And so then it's going to have even more power. That frequency stuff that he's talking about, I know it can be mind-blowing, but it's totally real. And that's why somebody who's in a really, really bad mood can impact your mood, and those vibes, you can feel them through everything going on. And another thing I will say is I heard somewhere there was a study that said that they took footage of people on the streets of New York, and they played this for people in prison, and they asked certain prisoners, if you were going to go after someone as prey, right? You would want to, who would you go after, right? And they all picked the same person without knowing who the other person picked. And that is because the way that we present ourselves, the way we walk, the way that we interact around with the world makes a difference. So they found that people who were not engaged or not paying attention, to their surroundings, or stumbling along, right? They could look inebriated or something like that. Those people were the ones that they would pick as prey. But the people that were walking with purpose, focused, paying attention to things around them, noticing things that are going by and all the goings on. So those people are not people that you would prey on. So I say that also as real estate agents, we need to know what we're projecting, especially when we are in a space, sometimes alone with somebody, and we need to make sure we're projecting confidence and strength so that we're not put in a position that we become prey, unfortunately. Not saying that works every time, but just a side note. Okay, so Suma, I saw your question. It was just a video that I have, but I have you on Facebook Messenger, and I'll just I'll send it to you if you missed that one.
It was me and Allison.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
That's okay.
I missed it. Okay, yeah, I'll send it to you too. I have you as well. Okay. Nice seeing both of you though. Okay, so why are intentions important and why do they matter? I kind of just went over that, right? But there's a difference between intentions and goals, right? Intentions focus on energy, which is why we watched the video about energy, why we talked about projecting things or allowing people to steal your energy or things of that nature. So intentions focus on energy, mindset, and direction, while goals are measurable outcomes from those things. Okay. So two separate things. Setting goals is great, but if you don't put the action and intention and energy behind it and focus and all of that, right, then you're not going to see those goals come to fruition. Okay. Clear intentions can help you stay focused and attract the right clients and close more deals effectively because obvious reasons, right? Like all the things that we just talked about. But it will put you in a position where you feel more confident when you every day are saying, okay, I'm setting this intention to have at least one conversation about real estate or something of that nature. And then as you do these things, that's how you become an expert. That's how you become a master, right? 10,000 hours theory. I don't know if it's called that, but 10,000 hours, putting 10,000 hours into something is how you become a master at it, right? If you don't do something very often, you're not going to feel very confident about it. But I can pretty much make a phone call to a buyer or a seller almost on autopilot at this point while texting someone else because like not when they actually answer the phone, but like leaving a voicemail and things of that nature because my brain has said it thousands and thousands and thousands of times, right? I just have to pay attention to which agent I'm actually making the call for. Okay, so step 2 out of this process of setting successful intentions is to be clear. You have to be specific about what you want, but it needs to be within, not within your sphere of influence, as in the sphere of influence. But I guess it could work for that. We use sphere of influence as something different in real estate, but I'm using this in more of a metaphysical way. Your sphere of influence, meaning like, can you manifest winning the lottery right now? Maybe not so much, right? Like that's pretty big long shot, but can you set an intention to have one conversation a day with someone, right? So we're talking about two different ends of the spectrum here, right? So I may set an intention, I want to win the lottery, but that intention may take, maybe if I did it for 10 years, it might actually happen if I put strength, energy, focus, belief into it. Probably would, to be honest with you. May not be the amount I want or whatever, who knows? But it needs to be something attainable, all right? And it needs to be clear. So another example, to be specific about what we want, I attract high value listings with ease. That's a good one, right? I love that. What does every real estate agent want? High value listings, right? Most of us, that's what we're looking for. Okay, step 2. And y'all can do this. Like I've been seriously thinking about creating something called an intention care unit, which is like a packet that has stuff to help you focus your energy on intentions that you want to achieve. So if anybody would be interested in something like that, it would be like almost like a HelloFresh for for real estate agents to get. And I bring this up to just a side note. When I was trying to sell my condo, we had it under contract. It fell out of contract, and then it was on the market from I want to say end of November until beginning of February. So we had it under contract around end of December, I think. So it took about a month and then fell out of contract within a month. And then my in-laws, who are Catholic, and I am not, but they gave me this statue of Saint Joseph. This is where the idea came from. Okay. And they gave me a statue of Saint Joseph and they told me to bury it upside down in a plant in our condo. We were under contract again within 2 weeks. Okay. Like it might.
Yeah. My client did this too recently.
So I was thinking like this could be a thing. Like we could give these, if you have a listing that it may not need to be just, you might want to do a little bit more, okay, than just the statue. But I think that we just did there was a little prayer that went with it too, I think, which is also putting energy and focus behind it. And I think that's really, you're setting a clear intention. I want to sell this home. I want to sell it fast, right? And yeah, so you got an offering today. I love it. Okay, so that was my idea. But I was like, okay, well, I can't sell this to the buyers and sellers, right? But real estate agents, maybe I can help you guys to figure out a way to do this for your clients, or I can help you figure out how to bring in business. So that's where the idea came from. There are certain things that you can do. You can put intention oil on, you can say affirmations, speaking of which, I actually had an affirmation. I'm going to try to remember to share an affirmation at the end of this that I had, which is such a cool one. But this is the kind of thing that I'm going to put in these. So yeah. Okay. Now back to our segment 2 of this, our part 2 of how to set your intentions. All right. So, and all of this is going to go, you're going to see exactly where I was going with this because they all connect. So now you're going to align your feelings with the outcome. You do this by visualization, journaling, or the next one, which is daily reinforcement affirmations. Okay. So those are the things you want to do. Now, when you put the joy, okay, think about the greatest closing you had, like just how perfect, the perfect client, like how it went. Now that is the energy that you are putting in to trying to attract the next one. So when you are manifesting the next thing, right, or putting your intention, okay, I want another client just like this one. When you're trying to do that and you're visualizing what that looks like, put the joy that you had with the best client you've ever had, the best situation you ever had, right? Because that fuels it. That energy behind it is fueling it. And it like gives me goosebumps. It's so powerful. I tell you guys, I had somebody working with me who had such negative energy. I had to put a block up between us until I had to let her go. But it was so strong, like this just jealousy and things of that nature that you could just feel through the wall, right? Like, so it's super real. And when you put the good stuff out there, that is what is going to come back to you. And that's what you're going to attract, which is the beauty of the law of attraction. Light, yes. So candles is a big one. And I was debating whether to put candles into my intention care unit, which is what I'm calling it. And not intensive, but intention care unit. Because I don't want people to, like candles can be a little, you have to be careful with candles, right? So we could do maybe flameless candles, but it actually, a candle does, it creates the energy and it can actually put it behind it too. So that's really cool. I love that. All right. So daily reinforcement is next. You want to use affirmations, vision boards, or morning success routines. Allison, oh my gosh. Yes, Palo Santo. I didn't know you guys were all this spiritual, but yes, that is amazing. Those are some things that you can do. Love it. Love it. Those are good ideas. We're all on the same frequency here. I attract it all. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously. So as far as affirmations and vision boards go, okay, so I recently posted one that I did. I actually did a vision board. I haven't done this since I was a kid. I used to always make collages. I was never really able to draw or anything like that. So I was cutting things out of magazines, words out of magazines. And so I had a EXP Success magazine around, and it had all these beautiful words for how to grow my business. And so for myself and one of my friends who has another ISA business, I put this collage together and it was really magical. And now I see it and it's on my Facebook. So if you guys want to see what I'm talking about, has amazing empowering words. And it was really therapeutic to put it into this, like put my energy and my like love into something, which sounds silly and childish, but reality is it's actually very therapeutic and healing. Oh, Allison, we need to talk. If you're a certified energy cleanser, I've been looking for someone. Okay, so inspired action. So obviously we can have all the intention in the world, but if we're not putting any action towards it or energy or focus, then the reality is it's probably just going to linger there, right? Like I have people in my life that have been quote unquote manifesting getting rich quick for 50 years, right? Well, I'm not 50 years old, but like my whole life, basically. So, and they're not. So, so you have to put action behind it, right? Like, I'm not saying these people are lazy, but I'm saying like there are people that are, and they don't put the effort into it. If you're not going to put effort into it, like you have to kind of listen to that voice within when you are, when you're putting these intentions. And then if you hear something like, maybe I should call that person right now, don't ignore that. That is when you get up and you call that person and you find, oh my gosh, we have something in common and we're all aligned, and they were just about to call a real estate agent, but instead of me putting it off and now they're going with somebody else, I listened to my gut and now they're working with me. Okay. So that's kind of the point of that. Put the action behind it, but listen to that voice within, listen to your intuition. Okay. Now we're on to segment 3, real estate specific intention examples. So I'm going to read some of these because I like to give real life examples. And then I also have an example from one of my clients. And so I'll share that. But first I'll read these. So attracting ideal clients. You can say, I connect with clients who trust my expertise and are ready to take action. So I connect with clients who trust my expertise and are ready to take action. I love that. It's brilliant. And by the way, you guys, if any of this, like, if you're like, oh, how does she come up with this stuff? Hello, Chat GPT. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. But I put my essence into it still, right? Like it knows who I am. It knows I'm like researching metaphysical properties of things all the time. So it knows that I'm about energy and stuff like that. So ChatGPT learns, right? So make sure you sign it and not just use free one that you don't sign into. Okay. The next one is how to close deals faster. So this is a specific intention for how to close deals faster. Every transaction I work on flows smoothly and closes in perfect timing. Every transaction I work on flows smoothly and closes in perfect timing. I saw one of my clients recently post something that they were just so happy they had like one of those perfect deals. It was from start to finish, just the most amazing thing. So I think that that's also one that you can do. Okay. This is another one. Expanding your business. You're going to say, I attract high-end listings and establish myself as a leader in my market. For expanding your business, you say, I attract high-end listings and establish myself as a leader in my market. I think that that's necessary for attracting high-end listing clients. Okay. Being an established leader in your market is definitely going to help. So I like that one. Okay. So you can integrate these into your daily routine. So for me, I have them sitting right here on my desk, not the same ones we went through, but the ones I share almost every other time, right? I have for my business and for what I'm looking to attract, I have them written down. And so when I'm having a crap day, sometimes I'll take 5 minutes, do a little meditation, say some affirmations, and reset. Because sometimes people yell at you. I had a teenager cuss me out yesterday. As a matter of fact, I was like, wow, you're bold. He didn't, I don't even know if he was in his teens. He might have been younger. But anyways, things happen. So we just have to let it roll off our back because I kind of feel sorry for him. But he had a hard time doing it, though. You could tell he was scared. Okay. So to recap on these things that you want to do, clarity is key. So be specific about what you want to manifest. Instead of I want more clients, say I attract 3 qualified buyers this month who are ready to purchase. And this month is almost over, so you might want to wait until April. But that's a cool one too. The clearer the intention, the easier it is to align with your actions and mindset. I used to make these big lofty intentions. So if you're one of those people that's like join a mastermind and you're like, oh, I have 0 clients right now, but I'm going to have 100 by the end of the month. I've been there. I've been that person. It happens. And then you realize and you learn and okay, let's start with 1. Let's start with 2, right? Okay. So number 2, intentions are about energy, not just goals. So goals are measurable, like selling 10 homes in a year, while intentions are about mindset and energy behind them and action. So I show up with confidence and attract the right opportunities effortlessly is another example. So your energy and your focus determine how quickly and effectively your intention manifests. Love that. And it's true. Do you need to feel it before you see it? This is number 3. Visualization and emotional connection are crucial. Feel as if the intention has already come true. This signals your subconscious to align with the outcome, which is why I said visualize the best transaction you've had, the best client you've had, and then visualize the next one, right? So put the feeling of that joy into the next one. If your intention is to attract high-end listings, imagine yourself confidently walking through a luxury property and signing the contract and celebrating. Calling your significant other and be like, oh my gosh, guess what happened? I'm so excited. Your business partner, your best friend, or whatever, right? That's always fun. Okay, and then number 4, reinforce it daily. So intentions need repetition and consistency. Writing your intention in a journal, saying affirmations out loud each morning, placing a vision board or sticky notes so that you see them daily or putting them out, these kinds of things. Take inspired action is number 5. So your intentions work when you pair them with aligned action. If your intention is to attract new clients, follow through by networking, improving your marketing, or making calls with confidence. That's easier said than done. I know, making calls with confidence. People were like, it's so hard. Well, that's why it's hard, because you think that way. It's actually really simple. You just have a conversation. Have a conversation. Most people, you don't have to talk that much. You just have to gently flow into the conversation. So I'll give you what I've been doing. And actually, a salesperson, this guy was like, oh, I own a sales company. And that was a really great intro. And most sales things online will tell you not to do this. But I'll be like, hey, is this Allison? And then Allison's like, yeah. Who's this? And then I say, hi, I know this might sound strange, but my name is Sara and I work with the XYZ real estate team and wherever, whatever. And I noticed that you clicked on something online recently to request a list of homes. And I just want to make sure you got that okay in your email. Does that sound familiar? That's kind of how I do it. So I like the only part I really care about you guys focusing on is like, I just say, this might sound strange. Saying that disarms them right away. It works for me, may not work for everybody. Okay, remove doubt and negative blocks is number 6 for this. And then we're almost done. And then I'll share the last little affirmation that I have. Okay. Self-doubt and limiting beliefs can block your intention. So pay attention to negative thoughts and you should reframe them. So instead of thinking to yourself when you check your bank account, I'm broke, don't think that. Don't think it. Don't say it. I just don't have money to spend right now. Or I don't have money to spend at this time. Or I'm not able to spend money at this time. Okay. Reframe it. Because if you say you're broke all the time, you're probably going to be broke. Or if you say, I only get crap clients, I only attract the worst people, everybody quits, everybody backs out of the deal. I hear this stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know you do. So when you hear your own thoughts, because your thoughts are energy, when you hear them or think them, try to reframe them. Okay. So, here, it gives an example too. Instead of I'm not experienced enough for luxury listings, shift it to I'm always growing and the right clients recognize my value. So I bring this one up and I wanted to share this, and I know this is going to go a little over. Sorry, guys. But I have a luxury listing client that I'm calling for. She's sending these beautiful packets and all this stuff, doing a lot of work. And we happened to get her first listing appointment right away. Like it was within a month. And that's unusual for luxury because you really have to, like, there's a lot that goes into luxury. So this guy was interviewing 14 other agents. So that can immediately put you like in a headspace. So I was prepping her all the way from the beginning. Visualize success, like visualize what it's going to be like when he calls you and what he says and how that goes down, right? Like visualize, feel it, how excited you're going to be, right? So this is what I'm telling her because she's had it. It happened yesterday. She's gone to it and now we're just waiting to see, but she feels good about what she did. And that's really important. If she felt like she did a really good job, then I think that she can make it happen. So stay tuned and maybe ask me later what happened there. Fingers crossed, everyone. Send her good energy. Get this listing. Hopefully not against any of you. Okay. So yeah, I highly doubt it would be. Okay. Anyways, instead of I'm not experienced enough for luxury listings, say I'm always growing and the right clients recognize my value. That is removing doubts and negative blocks. And number 7 is trust the process and stay open. So sometimes results don't show up exactly how you expect them. So true. Be flexible and open to opportunities that align with your intention, even if they come in unexpected ways. Also very important. Sometimes I'll like do all this stuff to manifest success. And if I don't answer my phone when the people call, then I'm pushing it away again. So I'm like, you know what I mean? So make sure that when those things come in, listen to that voice, do the things. All right. Maintain faith that the right things are unfolding at the right time as well. So that is those. And then the last thing I have is this little mantra for success and motivation that ChatGPT also came up with for me. And it says, and you can light a candle for this one if you do that sort of thing. My fire burns bright, my path is clear, success and drive are always near. With wisdom, courage, and strength in hand, I rise, I thrive, I take my stand. Opportunities flow, abundance grows, my clever mind leads where fortune goes. So I think that was pretty good, right? Any questions about anything? Everyone good? All right. Well, then I kind of ended on time. So, thank you, Suma. And I will send you that video. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. So, thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Alison, I think she need the video. I watched the video.
Oh, darn it.
No, that's okay. I just, you're clicking your hand there. So
Okay, Allison, I'll send it to you.
you need to learn from her, the energy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I have time. If she has time, I can listen.
You connect.
Okay.
Maybe I could do a chat with you too, because I have you both online. So, in Facebook Messenger. I'll do it right now. Okay.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.